The final score, Cambridge United 2, Wrexham 2. Drawn 2 over them twice now this season, and obviously we've got to look at it at 4 points dropped against the side which is clearly going to be relegated. They played very well at the racecourse, Cambridge United. They battled hard in this one, but Wrexham will feel that we really should have put this game to bed, in all honesty, especially having taken a terrifically early lead. In fact, Bishop had to make a good save. Awkward, but it worked. Save from Sam Smith, shot from the edge of the area in the 3rd minute, and by the 4th minute we were ahead. George Dobson scoring his first league goal for Wrexham, drilling it in from 25 yards through a crowd, perfectly placed into the bottom left corner. And Wrexham looked in control of the game for the first half hour comfortably. Cambridge started to work back though, and we maybe didn't create as many chances as we'd have liked to. Still, the equaliser came a little bit out of the blue as the ball was played in from the right hand side. Lovely move between Stokes and Ballard. Stokes' cross was a beauty. Unmarked, Bennett charging into the 6-yard box in a central position. May have got a glancing contact on it. Certainly didn't get it on target. Cleworth, though, behind him, couldn't do anything. It ricocheted off his chest. Okonkwo made a superb save to keep that out low to his right, and then another superb save to stop Holt from driving the ball in from point blank range. But unluckily for the keeper, the ball ricochets out, and it's a simple finish for Bennett, the player who missed the initial header, to score. It should be pointed out, though, Wrexham didn't feel they got much out of the referee, Thomas Parsons, and Holt. That shot by him was 39 seconds after we really also got a red card. A very poor late high challenge on Owen O'Connell, which only cost him a yellow. Frustration then for Wrexham, who went straight back up the other end and had to shout for a penalty. Was it a penalty? It definitely hit Watts' hand. Was he unsighted and he couldn't help it? Maybe so, to be fair. But it was more of a penalty than the one that Cambridge were then given 18 seconds into the second half. Long ball forward from the kickoff. Loft backing into Brunt, who did have a hand on him, no question. Enough to bring him down? Again, I'd say no. And no question about that. But the ref gave the penalty, and Stokes, who was Cambridge's best player, stepped up, sent Okonkwo the wrong way. And stunningly, we were behind early in the second half, and Cambridge, buoyed by this, had a good spell before Wrexham started to come back. Cleworth with a stinking shot, took a deflection, went just over the bar. At the other end, Loft had a chance from a volley, which seems to be blocked by his own player in the 6-yard box, though the ref gave a corner before, in the 57th minute, Wrexham got the equaliser. Brilliant cross by Longman. Tremendous header by Smith, back across the keeper who had no chance. And Wrexham had over half an hour left to drive on and get the winner. But we couldn't. In fact, O'Connell had to be sharp to get down and deny Morrison at his feet after a scramble from a corner. But it was Wrexham who then put the pressure on in the last 20 minutes. Fletcher coming on started to cause problems. Rathbone had a shot from the edge of the box which was blocked after Smith was brilliantly clear on the keeper, but his first touch was a bit too heavy and Bishop had to save his shot from a tighter angle than really it probably ought to have been. McLean put in a free kick. Brunt headed it just wide. And then, as Wrexham kept pushing on, Bishop, the goalkeeper, started to make handling mistakes, and Wrexham just couldn't quite take advantage of it. In the first minute of added time was the big chance. Great cross by one of the subs, Barnett, for one of the other subs, Elliot Lee. It was a 10, 15 yards out, completely on his own. He skied it. Huge frustration for Wrexham. Even more frustration with the last kick of the game. Longman sweeping in a corner. O'Connell rising and heading it cleanly into the net. He wheeled away in celebration, but it was disallowed. The ball had gone out before coming back in from Longman's corner. Frustration, huge frustration for Wrexham. But good news at least that Wickham improbably drew 0-0 at home to Shrewsbury. I did flick over to the other side. I couldn't go to the game, sadly, at Cambridge. I'm really disappointed in that. First game I've missed all season, apart from when the men's and women's games have clashed, so I'm really disappointed about that. It did give me the opportunity to watch a minute of the most hair-raising football I've ever seen, as I clicked over to the Wickham match and saw them laying siege on Shrewsbury's penalty area, a corner, and they'd sent their keeper up Shrewsbury seemed to be doing everything to give the ball away cheaply to Wickham, and the referee added a good chunk on top of his 6 added minutes. But Shrewsbury held on. Up the Shrews. I knew you could do it, Salop. They take the points of Wickham, and so on balance, better day for Wrexham. At least it's an away point against a side who put up a scrap, than being at home to a side which has really been spiralling lately. So weirdly, we're kind of in a better position than beforehand, but real frustration to not finish off the job at Cambridge after such a strong start and the opportunity for a strong finish. Full podcast to come, but with a final score of Cambridge United 2, Wrexham 2. I'm Mark Griffiths from Wrexham AFC.